That should be sweet. Andale. Alright, we've been here for almost a minute. We've got 3 of you here now. Probably just a couple of channel members checking in. Leave your comments, say hello, and watch it back later. We're just going to talk a little bit about Sociedad, the result. Talk a little bit about Empoli. And then see you guys off. Happy Friday. Happy Friday. Still morning here in southwest Sydney, but a lovely day, a little bit cold, a little bit chilly, a little bit windy, but the sun still makes itself present here and there. I'm looking forward to a slightly busy weekend, but one that will end with me getting home on the Sunday, ready to watch Empoli. Inter Empoli, Sunday night, 8:30 kickoff. We travel to Empoli. Historically, this time has been cursed up until last season, where, you know, we sort of broke that 8:30 p.m. curse here in Australia. But I'm also very, very wary of this fixture. Very wary of this fixture. So let's start with the Sociedad result and what I think that means altogether. I did a reaction yesterday, but as the day went on and as today has happened, it's felt better, as I knew it would. It's not a bad result on match day 1. To go away to Sociedad, who are not the biggest team in Spain, but they're still considered a big club in the grand scheme of Spanish clubs. Their first time back in the Champions League in, I think, 5 years, I'm going to say. 5 years? 4 years? 5 years? And because of that, with their home fans ready to go, they were always going to give a 10 out of 10 performance. They've been playing well this season. They just took it to Real Madrid as well the weekend before. Putting this result in context, after Benfica lost at home, it's a good result. And I'm telling everybody that the usual metric of the Champions League can still work in our favor, being you win your home games and you don't lose your away games, like the famous Sir Alex Ferguson always said, and everyone can agree with it. If you don't lose your away games and you win your home games, not only do you go through to the next round, you're about 80% guaranteed to go in as group winners. We've drawn away to Sociedad. All we need to do is beat them at home and make sure we don't lose any of our other away games. You come back from Portugal with a point, you come back from Austria with a point, and you beat these teams at home, you top the group. I would go one step further than that and say that this Inter team is more than capable of getting 3 points on the road in Europe, whether it's in Portugal or Austria. We can still go to any of these locations and get 3 points. The Champions League journey, in my opinion, does not end at the group stage here. It does not. Simone Inzaghi is a seasoned veteran when it comes to cup competitions. He has gotten us through 2 groups of death, or at least 1 group of death. Took it to Liverpool in the round of 16 and we went to the final last season. I'm not here to stress about Inter's Champions League run until we lose a game or until we draw a home game. Get your home points, lock the home points up, and everything will be fine. Everything will be fine. It was really good to see us, you know, get... Yeah, I wouldn't say rotation even killed us, mate, because Bastoni makes a critical error at the start of the game, and we're forced to change everything, Eduardo. Everything. We're a good team that still knew how to get something out of a bad game. That's all that matters to me today. We did not come home from Spain empty-handed, and we left them feeling deflated. That's the be-all and end-all. That's the final word on that. So I'm really looking forward to match day 2. I forget whether we host Salzburg or Benfica. I'd probably prefer to get the Benfica game out of the way, although Salzburg is by no easy means. We just saw them go to Portugal and win. I think last season Benfica were very good, and we were the side responsible for knocking the wind out of them last season. Go back on the channel and look at the hilarious reactions from their fans on the preview and the draw, and then look at my even more hilarious reactions following our aggregate victory over them. That away leg, man, that goal, that ball from Bastoni to Barella, mate, that's going down to me as one of the goals and the moments of the season. What's going on to my brother Mattia? How you feeling, bro? How you feeling, my brother, about Empoli? Because this is what we call a real test of the men, a real test of the players. Can they? Because let's face it, bro, we turn up to Empoli, and that's all about Sociedad now, purely Empoli now for the next 15 minutes. We turn up to Empoli and do them over comfortably. No one's going to be upset or complaining about the start to this season. We'll have a perfect record in Serie A and the away point in Champions League. We just need to get 3 points against Empoli. I know the title says smash Empoli, and I know I'm saying like we need to go there and do the bits, but this has all the makings of a grindy game. We can't let Empoli go into the break at 0-0. We can't let them go into the break at 1-0. And we definitely can't... School kids running across the road, as they do in this part of Sydney. Like, this part of Sydney is not great when it comes to kids and behaving themselves. I call this the behavior capital of New South Wales, and I'm glad to be doing the work in this behavior capital of New South Wales. But as you guys can tell today, no corporate day today. In fact, it's actually the last day before school holidays, so we are in celebration mode at the moment. The rotation back towards Empoli, I completely expect to look like this. What's going on, Kizio? Can't pronounce your name, but that's him. Kizio. We start with Sommer. Back three. I'm gonna go with Damian, De Vrij, and Bastoni. Will we see Pavard back this up? Either or, we'll know that either Damian or Pavard are ready to start and ready to come off the bench, and that is fan-bloody-tastic. Everyone take a moment to appreciate what we are going to go into this weekend centre-back depth-wise. Take a moment to realise we are not short at all in that position. I don't understand people complaining about Real and Inzaghi rotating now instead of Empoli. It is exactly as it should be. The league is the main priority. Yes, and especially every time you win another game in the league, the next game of the league becomes a final, because we know that we're getting close. We're getting close, okay? Yeah, I would say Aslani's not ready for UCL. Arnautovic, I don't think, had a bad game. It's just people are sort of deluded at the moment into thinking that he was Dzeko's replacement, when we all know Marcus Thuram was Dzeko's replacement. Lukaku was meant to stick around. The striker situation for us had to go in a different direction midway through the Mercato, and at the end of the day, I'm happy where we've landed, but Arnautovic is not Edin Dzeko. You know, you're comparing a player like Dzeko, who's played in the Champions League, who was scoring in the Champions League last season and scored critical goals, versus someone who was just playing over half the games for Bologna. The last time Arnautovic played in the Champions League, I can't even remember. All I know is that it wasn't in Italy, obviously. Because if someone tells me the last time that guy played in the Champions League was for us in 2010, that's laughable, and that's why people shouldn't be on Arnautovic's back. What do you expect? What do you expect? This is nothing compared to an Edin Dzeko caliber player. Nowhere near it. The only thing is that he's of similar age, similar physical structure, and he's white / teeters on Balkan nationality. You know, I'm not going to get into the whole politicalness of where he's from. Wait, Austrian, right? No, he has to be Austrian, because he scored against Italy in Euro 2016, and the goal was written off. He's Austrian. I don't know if that's where he was born, but he's Austrian. Okay, there you go. And, you know, Mattia, someone who's just as pessimistic as me, knows when it's time to stress, knows when it's time to complain. This ain't no moment to complain. But if we play shit against Empoli and we don't get 3 points, that's when pessimistic FC will come out of the cracks. 100%. But right now, we owe the team the benefit of the doubt. We owe Inzaghi the benefit of the doubt, because his reaction after the game, his post-match interview, was brilliant. It was brilliant. The manager gets nowhere near as much credit as he does. The guy is a PR's wet dream. He is so sophisticated when it comes to dealing with the press, loves dealing with the media, always knows how to keep the club in high spirits. You know, he's the anti-Conte in this sense. Simone Inzaghi is the man, and I am happy that he is here for us, defending us, with us, every step of the way. You say Acerbi over De Vrij. Yeah, okay. Yeah, so I would go Damian, Acerbi, let's do that, benefit of the doubt, Bastoni, start with Dumfries and DiMarco on either flank, bring Cuadrado in for some minutes if he's fit, because he can do a job whether you're chasing a result, keeping a result, or defending a result. Also, I would say if Hakan is fit enough, you slide him back in there, Mkhitaryan, maybe you give Fratesi a nod over Barella, because his form on the pitch hasn't been as great as it used to be. Now, let's address this comment from Quizzo as well. Barella needs to step up, even though he doesn't have to do everything. He needs to find his form back. I don't actually think he's lost too much of his form. As I said in the other chat, I'm going to keep defending Nico Barella until he has a performance where you look at him and go, you're playing shit. I don't think he's playing shit. Yeah? I had someone in the stadium in the derby with eyes on him almost the whole game, and he said the work Barella does off the ball literally opens up every attack. The guy is a phenomenon in every aspect of his game. He is in the top 5 European midfielders debates. It's not even up for conversation. I guarantee you go to every club like City, Real, Liverpool, Paris, Bayern, and they would all love to have him. They just don't negotiate with us at the moment because we've put the board up. But that board might come down at the end of the season whether or not we need to make some money. Not contributing to the anti-Barella discussion until there's a proper reason to. And there might be a reason to in a couple of games because he's not being as influential and catalytic as he has been the last 3 seasons. But like I've been saying, why should he be? Why was it his responsibility to carry this midfield every single game? Not the whole midfield every single game, but he's the only starter. Look at the men that have been rotated with him over the 3-year tenure. Gagliardini, Vecino, Arturo Vidal, Mkhitaryan, Hakan, Brozovic, Fratesi. The guy has seen passengers come into his system, play in his system, leave his system. To see him getting subbed off in these periods of the game is nothing but a breath of fresh air. I have no doubt he finds his form. I have no doubt he ends up having a stellar season. He's just that bloody good. We rotated and got a point away in Spain. Now all in on Empoli, nothing to complain about. Fair enough. I just like the fact that Empoli changed coach. I always hate when a team does this. What I'm thinking, Mattia, is that we might be too good for them to adapt to us as a first game. You know? Usually I'm like you, but I'm looking at our team this season. Hopefully Inzaghi can prep them well for the game, because what they did against Roma was embarrassing. They need to save face, and if they come out of their own ground with a 0-0 or a 1-1 draw, they'll be happy. Hell, man, they lose that game 2-1 or 1-0, the fans will clap them off. You know Empoli's coming to play, bro. They are coming to play because their pride and their ego is on the line. So I wouldn't be against starting Fratesi over Barella, that's for sure. I'm not against that whatsoever. I just don't think it's fair for everybody to come out because they've got nothing else to complain about. Now it's time to point the finger at Nico Barella. Not having a bar of it, mate. Not having a bar of it. We were 0-0 until Bastoni had a complete calamity F-up yesterday. And that changed the structure of the entire game. One thing I was impressed, though, with Nico is that he's not 100% innocent in that yellow card decision. You can tell that he puts some pressure down on his studs, but by no way, shape or form is that his fault, nor is he the protagonist, nor is he the agonist in that situation. Or antagonist, I forget which one it is in this sense. Barella did not trap himself in that tackle. He did not hold himself in that tackle. And in the end of it, I'm glad that it was reversed because Nico acted very, very maturely throughout that whole thing. He could have busted up. He could have yelled at the ref. He could have gone off his head. He allowed the ref to be patient. He allowed the VAR to check it. It was reversed. He shook his hand. He played it out. He's probably never going to be our captain for obvious reasons, but he's a great vice captain and he's great in the position and the leadership role that he's in. Should Arnautovic start again? Thuram got some rest. He's got some fresh legs. We're going to need Thuram's physicality in this game, although it could be one of those cagey games where he gets frustrated. I don't see a big deal starting Arnautovic in this game, but I would still start Thuram. I think that with the league being our main goal this season, you don't necessarily need to use the word rotate in Serie A fixtures, and I think that's what Mattia is alluding to as well. For Serie A, the metric should be, are my starters fit? Yes. Are they ready? Yes. Psychologically prepared? Yes. Put them on the team sheet. Until we get to the moments next season where maybe we are at home to Monza and midweek we play in the round of 16. If we are at home to Cagliari and then we play a quarter final, then we can start talking about where rotation is appropriate in the league. But up until right now, I'm not ready to drop the R word or say it's appropriate at all if everyone is fit, available and ready. And if that means that Inzaghi for Empoli is more trusting in De Vrij and Darmian or Acerbi and Darmian, play Darmian. Play Darmian in Serie A against an Empoli side who are not going to want the ball. Pavard was brilliant yesterday, and that's a game for Pavard. That's a Champions League game, bro. And he showed his quality. Yes, exactly. Aslani is still not ready. You can tell. And I've seen a lot of people like try and make excuses for him and say, oh, he needs more time. It's too unfair. He didn't chase Bastoni. He didn't come towards the ball for Bastoni more. Oh, if Barella had a better game, Aslani would have. Come on, guys. This is his second season at the club. He got some minutes in a Champions League game last season and he fucked it up big time. Big time. He cost us a match day. His decision at the end there cost us a match day because we could have progressed match day 4. This was a big moment for him. And he was given minutes towards the end of the Serie A season. And every single game, not one thing was done that made us say, there's the quality. There's the ability. It was bang average or subpar. In a team like ours, where you're competing for trophies every season, I am really happy that Simone Inzaghi is not ready to put his hand up and go, should I gamble on the subpar? Why the hell would have we gone in the market for Fratesi, for Klasan? Why did we keep Sensi around? Why is Mkhitaryan getting these minutes? Yes, it's because they are starting material, but it's also because this Aslani character is not ready. That's why the Maxime Lopez Sassuolo rumors were there. He's not ready. He's not ready. Sommer is fantastic, and I don't believe the criticism of his ball distribution is justified as well. He's not Onana. He's not a ball-playing goalkeeper, but he's not shit. He's not shit. Onana just set the bar unreasonably high. And Onana belongs in a league like Italy, where tactically he knows there's only a certain amount of pressing forward I can do as a goalkeeper in the Italian league. He is really overbearing it with this end-to-end Premier League stuff. It's absolutely disgusting the way he's playing for Manchester United. 57.5 million straight to the bank, bro. Straight to the bank. No one is regretting that now. And honestly, tell me you'd swap Sommer back for Onana. Seeing the 5 games he's had, seeing the saves that he has made, tell me you'd stop him. Look at the frame of the guy. Look at the way he covers his near post. All of these factors align with the depth of the squad and what we are seeing at the moment. Great comment again with Alexis Sanchez. I would start Alexis Sanchez next to Thuram. You could start him next to Toro. There's nothing wrong with starting Alexis Sanchez in an integral game against Empoli. But it's one of those games where it could be very cagey and we could be frustrated. We could be frustrated. Okay? Manchester United are a disgusting team. 100% they are at the moment. They made Di Maria look. They have been disgusting since Sir Alex left. I support them wholeheartedly. I watch them every week. Bro, Bruno, we can add it to the list of players that we've scammed, not only Manchester United, but the Premier League for. The Premier League is looking like the most inflated version of any market you've gone to. Bruno, it's like going to the flea markets at the start of the day where everything's at the maximum price, or it's like going up to you-know-who at a music festival in the last 2 hours and asking for you-know-what. You are going to pay the wrong price. And that's what we keep doing with these Premier League jokes, these Premier League laughing stocks, who, when you look at their club, have horrendous backroom staff, horrendous sporting directors. Chelsea's backroom is horrendous. Man United don't have an existing backroom. Liverpool have changed 3 of their backroom staff in their last 2 years, which is why that they are slow in the market, even though they still make informed decisions. You know, through all of our struggles and our adversity, we keep highlighting the same thing. Marotta, Auxilio, this backroom team is up there with the most professionally well-functioned directors in European football. You give Marotta a gig at Real Madrid, at Bayern Munich, at Manchester City. You give Marotta a gig anywhere with money, and holy shit, bro. Holy shit. This guy works with a negative budget, what some directors can't work with 100 million. Our market at the moment is the reason why we are looking at Aslani and saying with a smile on our face, brother's not ready. Brother's not ready. Can you imagine if our market was shit and we'd be looking at him going, brother's not ready. We don't have a choice. Roberto Gagliardini. That sentence backs him every time he played on the pitch. We don't have that problem at the moment. The complaints about Aslani and the scapegoats about him, I'm sorry, I don't think they're justified. I really think that we need to put a label on the fact that the guy is just not ready. He's not ready for a team like Inter who's fighting for the Scudetto. If we knew that we wouldn't keep up with the Scudetto, if we knew we were a top 4 side this season, by all means experiment a little bit more. Every point is critical. Every point is fatal. There ain't no time for gambles, man. There's no time for gambling. Imagine Inter with City's budget. I have no idea. Fratesi up front could do a good job. You're talking about like him as like a il falso nuevo, like a false 9 or like a second striker. Look, he's got the what's it called? He's definitely got the finishing ability and he's definitely got the awareness. I don't see an argument against it, but also I don't think you need to go down that route with Mkhitaryan, with Hakan, with Sanchez in your lineup. Because all of these players are capable of playing the false 9 or playing a second striker or adapting behind a 2 even. You never know. Aslani needs a loan move in January. Put it this way, if he's not getting used, we've got a clear margin in the league. And if we can bring in a midfielder as well on loan, by all means, go for it. If he ain't ready, he ain't ready. And I'm okay with him not being ready. He came from Empoli. He's barely had any minutes. He's not ready, bro. It's as simple as that. The curse has to be broken with these bottom table teams. I don't think we've got a bottom table curse. I mean, Bruno came in late to the stream, but I did say there is one curse attached to this Empoli game. I still see an 8:30 Sunday kickoff as a cursed time. Last season, we bunked the curse. We did Atalanta over. I think we had another game as well. I can't remember. Maybe Bruno will, but I don't know what time it was overseas, but did anybody have a really embarrassing kickoff time they had to wake up for? Because if you've got an embarrassing wake up, that was probably the convenient one for us. I just remember going to Bergamo and winning. Sanchez as midfielder was amazing move. He's not a midfielder, but we all know what his on the ball ability is. He plays as a midfielder the same way Juan Cuadrado's move was for that. How many times this season are we going to have to defend a lead and kick the ball out to the right? A fair few times. Denzel Dumfries doesn't protect the ball very well, nor does he progress it very well. He gets on the end of it, he runs behind, and he can kick it forward and run behind a defender. That's fine. But in terms of creating a midfield presence at right wing back, Juan Cuadrado all day, every damn day. The lost 3-1 Udinese was the curse. Yep. That was a horrible result. I see Juventus as our threat this league, not Napoli. No. I see Juventus as the biggest threat, Napoli as a threat, Milan as a threat. Until these clubs start showing me that they're shit, still threatening to me. Still threatening to me. Always will be. Okay? Always will be. Until they start giving me reasons to not believe that. And right now I can see Juventus winning a lot of games. A lot of games this season in Serie A. Guys, that's all I'm going to have time for today. I just need to quickly duck in and see some people for work reasons. And then, happy school holidays. Happy break. Happy back end of September, early October. I have a feeling Bruno and I might do a little bit of content together over the next couple of weeks. I have a feeling. I know we're both very busy, him a little bit more so than me, but I have a good feeling you might see some good OG quality content similar to back in the day. All right, thanks for double parking in front of a school, bro. You are the king. Everybody bow down to you. All right, brilliant. Thank you so much, bro. You guys have a great day as well. It's always good to do this. I know that sometimes I'm a little bit time poor, but hey, wasn't the live drive, wasn't that one of the best integrations to the channel? Because we keep the content up. All right, ciao ragazzi, grazie, much love.